Okay, going back to night portrait, clear night portrait, with only 3 notches down because there's no sun. Just come in here, film the, I don't know if you want to call that an orchid, but I don't think it is. But I haven't even got my toggle box. Hang on, spot culling. Okay, toggle box. Okay, well I've got the toggle box. Okay, yeah, it does work. If I put a little square on there, how close can I go? Whoa, okay. Having a bit of struggle there, but anyway. Back to normal. A bit of running post from there. The old Kennedy prostrate, a bit of plants, but it's not really colourful. As I said, the rainbow, the size of the rainbow sundew traps over in WA already starts at double the size of Planchonio. I kept imploring people, I'd seen stuff over in Canton Swamp, and they thought you were just making it up, and they take this once or twice in a lifetime trip, and they come back with their jaws almost. You almost had to scrape the jaws off the ground. It's almost like they were they wanted you to tell them so, and they knew you're going to have to give them a bitch slap and knock a few teeth out. But on the other hand, they wanted it quick and over and done with. I'm thinking, no. After all that hassle and crap you gave me for that many years, you got to have a slow, long, thorough bitch slap, We want a maximum number of teeth knocked out and everything, I mean, I spent 5 years in my teenage years basically trying to get the message across, and it was like, they got some sort of concept that children lie or something. I'm thinking, that was never my experience, whether it's because I was at a science school, but I was also in a Catholic state, which I didn't know about at the time. Very hush-hush, the whole WA is Catholic. No one sort of even mentioned it, whether that's why the science school was set up, because they were trying to get away from all this, 1,000 years of darkness, Yeah. Can you imagine if we didn't have the Dark Ages? We might have Mozart on CD, yeah. We've got Scott Joplin on cassette, playing his themes in the last 2 months of his life. Went back for a second go, couldn't do it because the syphilis had gone too far. But at least we got it on piano roll that's been transferred to cassettes. You can actually listen to Scott Joplin playing his pieces when he's not very well. And they're pretty damn good for someone who's 2 months away, or a few months away from actually death. It's not bad. I mean, maybe it's better to go through here like we did before. It's going to be a bit slippery, but anyway, so of course, if we didn't have the Dark Ages, we wouldn't have Mozart, because all the genetics would go totally different away, of course. And I mean, we have all the works of Mozart. Well, we don't have all the works of Mozart. I mean, there's even another 100 or so more of partially completed works, I mean, we've got 2 versions of G minor 40, Apparently neither version was played during his lifetime. One was found in a drawer, I think on his deathbed or after his death, shortly thereafter, a different version of it. Apparently he wrote it shortly after the death of one of his children, because I can remind people, if you've got a memory like a modern day mobile phone, your children aren't dead to you. You can, especially if it's to do with what their sounds, their mumblings, their burblings or gurglings or whatever. He could have just pulled those up at will if he wanted. And so the children probably to him weren't even dead, physically they were, but mentally, he could still have a conversation with them if they were old enough to actually be able to talk, or, and if he's got that sort of quality. I mean, he could, they say, within about 3 hours of meeting someone, he could actually do their accent like what some of our comedians do, but he could do it to the top. He could actually do their accent perfectly after about being in their presence for about 3 hours. But not only that, he could do that for the rest of his life. So he could pull those accents up and do them perfectly again, just like a mobile phone, all through the rest of his life. So wherever he met someone and spent 3 hours, he went to England, and people forget that he spent about 8 months in England. He learnt the English. He learnt English, the English of the time sort of thing. So and yet there's all these inconsistencies about him. He found French hard. So you got someone with a audiographic, probably somewhat of a photographic, because you could take in whole sheets of music in about 3 seconds, and then play them as though he'd been practicing them for quite a while. So they seem like zoom, it was like a computer sort of sucking in the information in great and yet he found French hard. There's all these inconsistencies about Mozart. Just colour check on the magenta on this is the true Oxalis capensis from South Africa. It's a non-native weed, of course, but let's do it in the dark. It looks I reckon, I know that the normal Oxalis bricapra, I did some research on this in my teenage years. It has 2 colours, 2 yellows in it. One a non-fluorescent yellow and another one that is a fluorescent yellow. I reckon this has also probably got a fluorescent colour in it. But in doing that research, I also came across a daisy thing that's often in gardens that has a true white. Most of these optical whiteners are sort of blue-white. They had like blue omo, and then apparently for the South Africans in South Africa, they loved magenta omo, pink omo. And so they used to sell pink omo to South Africa, and they used to sell blue omo apparently to the rest of the world. I don't know if there was a green omo, but more of these Akim things. But what I'm trying to get back to is there's this daisy there that has a true white. It's not blue white, it's white. It's a true optical whitener. And so all the people out there in Omo land working for Lever and Klein or Gaxo, Glacier, Klein, whatever these companies are these days with these somewhat bullshitty names, what... Can you work out from the name what the company does? Galaxco, or something to do with space. Klein, very small space exploration. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Having a lackadaisical rant here, but we know that we got Peltatifolia sulcurose around here somewhere. So hopefully we can find some base rosettes, but I can't see anything. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's gas bagging too much. Anyway, let's go to Spot Cullen, and we'll get down to here. So, they're all over here, fellas. It's just they're being masked by the moss. Moss Graham, Moss Isley, Ross Isley. Okay. Oh no, not as spectacular as the ones out at Kaipo. The ones down at Nankita Tuparang. Oh yes, they're good, bigger than 50-cent piece size ones, and nice chunky with original red tentacles that go black. And I don't know if it's getting too wet for them down there, fellas. No, there's some right on the water's edge there. Oh, there's some right here. Oh, they're all here, fellas. I just couldn't see them in amongst the moss here. Oh yes. Sorry about that, fellas. As I said, I'm gas bagging, but I think I need to get it out because all this water culture of Diarrhea. I've never ever been able to do that before in the past, just using water. I've always been a bit suspect. And did I see a glid? A flash of glid? A flash of glid. Okay. I don't know, fellas. I want to get onto the Firth. Oh, This is what I should have been filming, fella. Right behind me. Yeah, gas bag whistle out of the corner of the camera, Richard. Shut the bloody well up and turn around. I'll get right down on the soil if I can with my... There you go, fellas. A smorgasbord of... There's too many fellas. It's probably better to just go with the camera like this across the top and just cut out screenshots, you know. I don't know. It's a test, fellas. How close do I have to go? Down closer and cut out some screenshots. I mean, I could go all day like this. You could grid off the whole thing, you know, in a proper scientific way, and just do the whole thing. And at 10 minutes, so it's probably too long. Time to start a new clip and walk out, I think.